Leave the trading to the pros with AP Social Trading. Invest smart, hassle-free, and enjoy passive income with peace of mind.
There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Hello, and welcome to this Developer Insights call for GearBox. This time we will be talking about the month of August. Well, imagine that. It is already September of 2024. This year has run past really fast, I would say. This is what happens when you're having fun. Can you type in the comments if you can hear me loud and clear? I can see there are people in the chat. So before we get into the topics for today and the results and everything, I want to make sure that everybody is hearing what I'm actually talking about. Okie dokie. So looks like everything's good. So let's dig in. So in today's call, we will be, as usual, discussing about different topics. You might be brand new to this call, you might be a seasoned GearBox user, and either way it is a good idea to attend these calls because there's a lot of value in them, especially if you are a user already. It can help you save a lot of headache, and it can also help you to keep your account safe, and it can also help you to increase your profits. So let's continue. Who am I? My name is Jaak. I'm from Estonia, and I am a beta tester for GearBox, for Kratos, and I also help with Flash. So basically I have been with Auvoria Prime almost from the beginning, and I started out as a simple user just like anybody else, and I started liking it so much. So now today I'm in a good place. Let's continue. What is GearBox? So GearBox is a software that has been actually running for a long time, but we'll go into more details soon. We also talk about results, settings, the macro situation, where you can find more information and where you can find support, and of course a couple of thoughts at the end of this webinar. Let's try to make it maximum 30 minutes. So what is GearBox? GearBox was developed for Metatrader 4 and Metatrader 5. It originally was available only on Metatrader 4, but since GearBox 3.0 is out, and that one was developed for Metatrader 5 only. It is based on market swing theory. It uses gears for entries. It is running since 2020. It is very customizable for the expert, and at the same time it is easy to use for the beginner because there are default settings that work really well. And it has professional risk management features like correlation filters, hedging, drawdown protection, and also a chill out mode. Let me see if I can find, here it is. So let me explain what it actually means, what is swing theory, and also what are gears. So basically what swing theory means or entails is that in swing theory, whatever goes up must come down, and also whatever goes down must come up. So this is basically describing the forex markets. Sooner or later the price will reverse and go the other direction. And what GearBox does is it uses gears because different pairs run with, different pairs have different characteristics. Some pairs like JPY pairs, CHF pairs, they can run for a long time before they actually do a reversal. And let's talk about, for example, Euro USD or USD CAD or GBP USD, a little bit less, but those are more stable pairs, meaning that they don't usually go on long runs. Their reversals happen sooner and their swings are shorter. So what this means, because all the pairs have different characteristics, GearBox was developed to be able to run all kinds of different pairs at the same time while taking into account the characteristics of each pair. So we have gears. Let's say this is Euro USD. Oh yeah, my handwriting. This is Euro USD and this is the price. So this is just the historical price. It's going up and down, up and down. So this is basically a trend of the price. Now what GearBox does is it looks at the direction of the price. It predicts the direction of the price, and it's actually really good at doing it. So what it does, let's say, it predicts here that the price, it can see that the trend is up. So it can see that the trend is going up. So what it does, it just starts counting gears. And let's say for Euro USD, the first entry point is the second or third gear, depending on what kind of strategy someone is using. So I changed the color to blue to mark the gears. So here in the first, so it counts a gear here. First gear, price goes down, goes back up, then it goes down again. Here at this point, it also counts for the opposite side. So it's buy and sell. So it's looking at buy and sell at the same time. The price goes back up. Here we are at gear number 1 again. And now the price goes up. Second gear is, let's say, around here. So here it is predicting that, okay, it reached the second gear. Now the price has a higher probability of reversing. So it enters a trade here. I'll just make a plus mark, +1, and just put a circle around it so it's more clear. So this is a trade. But what the market does, it actually continues going up. So it reaches gear number 3 here in the top. So it adds another trade here. And what it does, it is scaling also into it. So the lot size is increased. There's also factors that can be changed, how much the price will be, how much the lot size will be increasing, and how much distance it needs before it enters a new trade. This is all customizable, but I would say the default settings are the best. So here it enters the second trade. Now when the price reaches around here, let's say, depending on what kind of take profit somebody has set, it closes out the trades and takes profit. So this is how the gears concept works. And for Euro USD, we can say that it enters second or third gear as the first trade. But for example, Euro JPY, it can have 7th or even 6th gear. So meaning that the price would have to really move up before. So let's say you have 4th gear here, 5th gear somewhere up here. So the price has to move a lot more for it to enter a trade. So this way, the user of GearBox will remain in a safe place because it's not entering trades too soon. Okay, let's continue. So it has been running since 2020, which is the longest running software on the Auvoria Prime platform. And so far, it has been doing really well, actually. It is, yeah, like I said, very customizable. I just showed you, you can adjust the gears and everything yourself. And professional risk management is also built into it. Let's continue. So default settings, I would say, are actually the best settings because they give consistent results. If you are somebody who is looking for really high returns, like above 10% a month, then you can of course play around and then find if there's any customizable settings, custom settings that work, that suit you better. But I would advise against it because, at least me personally, I'm here for the long run, meaning that I will run the settings that actually work, that are consistent, that have a very long track record of providing results. This is what I'm doing. I'm running only on default settings. Of course, on test accounts, I'm also testing out some other settings, especially with GearBox 3.0 being out now, which has extra features. The best performing pairs are USD CAD, Euro USD, followed by GBP NZD and AUD USD. Let me show you. Some historical data. Okay, so you can see here, these are the best performing pairs. We have USD CAD, Euro USD, GBP NZD, AUD USD, NZD JPY, and NZD USD, NZD CHF, and so on. This is best one is up here and the worst one is down here. Let's continue. Settings, we have precision versus intratrade, intraday mode. Then we have, as I talked about, default settings. Then we have also the question of time frame. What I see sometimes people doing is they open GearBox and they want to do some manual analysis, for example, and they just do it on the chart where GearBox is running. This is a bad idea for two reasons. One of them is that it can reset the gears counting, and the second reason is actually worse. Is, let's say the default settings dictate that you run on a daily time frame. Now you want to, let's say, check out 30-minute time frame and you forget to switch it back to a daily time frame. What it does then is that it will start opening trades a lot more and the precision will go down dramatically. So it is better to avoid doing stuff like this. So whenever you need to check something or do some manual analysis, you can do it on your own computer, for example, or you can also just open an extra chart where there's no GearBox on it and do whatever you need to do on that chart only. Okie dokie, let's continue. Regarding results, I'm going to show you the test accounts that I have been running for some time now. You can see here. So I have 5 test accounts running, and the best one you can see is this one here. This account has been running since April of this year. Drawdown has been 24.92%, monthly return 4.96%. So this account has been performing the best so far from GearBox 3.0, and on this account we can see that it is running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. So this is not exactly default settings, so but it is still performing well so far. Next one, let's look at this one here. So monthly return is about the same as the last account I showed you, but the drawdown is less. This is a small account, started with a 1,000 balance, started in April, and this year it has made about 19.5% profit since that's from April. So it's April, May, June, July, August. So that's basically five months. Not bad at all. Looking at the monthly returns, May was good, August was really good, and you can see it is currently in profit also. And when looking at what pairs it's running, so this is running only 2 pairs. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to using default settings, Euro USD and USD CAD, and you can see that the drawdown is less. Monthly return is about the same as on the account that was running 6 pairs. So I would say just running default settings with these 2 pairs is actually enough to make a killing with GearBox. Let me see which one it was. So this is number 6 and the other one was number 8. So this is the account that I was showing last. GearBox is running on here. So whenever you need to apply GearBox to a chart, it is best to just use the default settings and use GearBox Manager to apply to the charts. Of course, if you are also running a MyFX book EA on GearBox, then you have to pay attention to that you don't use GearBox Manager to apply GearBox on that chart also, because what GearBox Manager does, it applies GearBox to all the charts that you have open, including the chart that has MyFX book on it. So whenever you need to use GearBox Manager, make sure that you first either close that chart, or after using GearBox Manager, you apply MyFX book again to the chart that you were using MyFX book on before. Now the other one here is, this is running a lot of pairs. It's actually running 9 pairs, and it's running everything on an hourly chart. So I would say when there should be like really big moves, even though it has hedging, if there are really big moves, I would feel safer with running default settings only on USD CAD and Euro USD in general.
Empower your trades with GearBox, your ultimate trading toolkit. Customize, strategize, and conquer the markets with ease.
How many pairs to run? As I showed you, there's different ways of doing it. You can also use intraday mode. Intraday mode will take more trades. It will react faster to movements in the price, but at the same time, you have to have a tight stop loss. Your risk management settings have to be more conservative, because if a pair starts running really wild, you might get into trouble. Okay, macro situation. Ukraine is moving into Russian territory. Who knows what that is going to bring? It might happen that, who knows, maybe in half a year or something like that, they will come to an agreement and actually end the war, but I guess time will tell. Of course, people, also countries are paying attention to what's going on, and surely this is having an effect also on the global mood for investors, because the more wars are out there, the more uncertainty there is out there, the less willing investors are to put money on the line. Inflation and US interest rate cuts. So, inflation has been running rampant for the past couple of years, and of course interest rate interest rates were put higher because of that. The inflation was caused by several different factors, mainly energy prices and also some other commodity prices. And of course, the war effort is also putting a lot of stress on different countries, on propping up their military industries, their ammunition and so on. So all this money is coming from the taxpayer's pocket. And of course, this is driving the cost of living up with new taxes and also the raw materials prices going up. The US interest rate cuts, I read 4 or 5 different reports about if there will be any interest rate cuts or not. And some are saying that there are 1 or 2 interest rate cuts in order, and the first one might happen in September. But we never know, because the markets, or let's say the economies, are kind of stable, but they are not, they're kind of sluggish at the same time. And as long as inflation is not dropping by a lot, I wouldn't be so sure that there will be interest rate cuts. In the beginning of the year, there were some specialists saying that there will be 7 or 8 interest rate cuts throughout the year in the US, and so far I haven't seen those happening. Stock market valuation problem. So mainly tech stocks seem to be overvalued. So that the prices are inflated. And who remembers the .com bubble when that burst? Of course, that caused a lot of havoc all around the world. But this time, if there will be air coming out from the stock prices, of course, people will be panicking, but probably it won't be such a catastrophe like it was during the .com bubble, or even before when COVID happened, when there was a lot of reaction from the markets. But still, some analysts and some big gun investors say that it is a good idea to move your money out of these overvalued stocks. Yeah, of course, it might be painful afterwards if they continue rising, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Slower consumer earnings. So this is a dark cloud, not a big one, as I understand, but it is still a dark cloud because people are not so happy, or how to say, so positive about the future. There's a lot of uncertainty still in the world, and we can also see that the markets this year, there has been a lot less volatility in general compared to a long time ago. It is actually very low volatility times right now. And this is also having an effect on the forex markets, because compared to last year, this year is very different actually. And the months, there's like 3-4 big moves in a month, and the rest of the time it's just jumping a little bit up and down, or just staying in the same place. And usually it's NFP and other important things and other important announcements that cause these movements in the markets. The rest of the time, not much is happening. And this is very different from the last years. Economic outlook is positive, but just, meaning that people are still positive about, at least specialists and economists who are predicting the future, they are quite positive about the future, but they also say that a word of caution. Don't have pink glasses on, because there are some problems in the markets, and we don't actually know what's happening in China, because they usually lie a lot about the numbers. So we never know. There might be some crash coming, but otherwise, so far it seems like it is more like a soft landing than a big crash. Information channels, of course, upcoming events. So we have a bunch of events coming up, and me personally, I'm very excited about it, because this is the first time I see this in Europe. There's a lot of events happening in different places. So you can go to teamauvoria.com to see where the events are taking place and when, and who's attending and so on. So we have an event in Estonia this weekend on September 7th. Then we have one event in London, Ariel Hotel, on September 14th. And also on the September 14th, we have an event in Zagreb. Zagreb is a beautiful place. I would probably I'm going back there next year again. Then let's talk about monthly calls. So this is one of these monthly calls, and how you can find information about these things is you can go to auvoriaprime.com, resources, events, and you can look at this calendar here, or you can also open this one here, and you can actually okay, this is not the right one. Team Auvoria AP live sessions. This should be the right one. So here you can actually also sign up. You can just click on one of these links. It will bring you to a page where you just have to fill in your data, and you will start getting reminders a week and 1 hour before the event takes place. So you will never miss an event, a monthly call again. Next, help desk, where you can find help desk, where you can find information, where you can find support. Well, you just go to auvoriaprime.com, click on support, and you can type in whatever topic you need to find, or you can just submit a ticket if you are an active user to get support with whatever you need to get support with. Telegram and Discord. So yeah, we have announcement channels, and these are really good places to get extra information. So how you find these channels is you just type in Telegram here in the support page, how to create an account and join groups. So it even teaches you how to create an account. And then at the end of this page here, you have all the Telegram channels that you can sign up for. And Discord, you can type in Discord, how to join, yeah. Which countries can do business? Okay, let me see. Let me go back to the support. Okay, it might be that Discord is removed, because I understood that Discord channels are going to be announcement channels from now on forwards. Let's continue. YouTube channel, where you can find the YouTube channel. You just go, open your browser, go to YouTube, type in Auvoria Prime, and here you can find all the information, all the recordings, including this one that is happening right now. The best thing is, if you're just getting to know all these softwares, you can just open the playlists, and let's say you want to know more about GearBox, then you just open the playlist, and there will be all the videos, all the information about GearBox that has ever been put out. Results document. So this is also an important thing, because Auvoria Prime is all about being transparent, showing actual results, what's actually going on, what are the risks, and so on, because Auvoria Prime is doing everything the right way, by the book, doing it the way it should be done. Okay, so what you have to do is you just type in auvoriaprime.me. Oh yeah, I'm not sharing my screen. auvoriaprime.me and MyFX books. So here is a document that includes all the softwares, all the products that Auvoria Prime has, and here you can find also links for MyFX book for all the different products. So yeah, before we draw this to a conclusion, there's one idea that I want to share. And this idea, I have been thinking about this for a long time, but now it's just because I was putting together a presentation today for the webinar, for the seminar that is coming in Tallinn. You should come there if you are in Estonia. And I wanted to see, I was putting together investment plans, different options. Let's say a person starts with 1,000, adds 300 each month, then starts with 3,000, adds 500 each month, and does this for 5 years. And what I found out was that it is actually quite peculiar. I can actually show you what the results are after 5 years. So this is using data from, okay, let's see if I can, okay, good. So this is using data based on past results. Of course, past results never guarantee future profits, but here we can see 4 different types of plans. These two started with 1,000, and these started with one with 2,000, one with 3,000. And we can see here that after 5 years, all of the accounts were up substantially. So you started with 1,000, after 5 years, you have about 52,000 on the account. And this green line here, it started with 3,000, and at the end of 5 years, it has over 500,000. No, sorry, 320,000. So it was making 90% of profit per year. So what I'm trying to say is that this is a long-term game. It's not just for a month, for half a year, even for 1 year. If you really want to benefit from this, it is a good idea to do this for a long time. And the most interesting thing about this mind exercise I did has to do with the fact that half of the profit that these plans produced was made in the last year. So just think about it. Half of the profit that was made in the last year, so in the 5th year. So this is the power of compounding. And for the power of compounding to really start working for you, you need to give it time. It needs time, and I would say it seems like 5 years is the magical place where it really starts rolling high. So when you do any investments, stick to it at least for 5 years. Run on safe settings. Don't take too many risks. Keep on adding money to the account and just stay patient. Okie dokie, this is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this call. If you have any comments, if you want to share something, if you have any questions, you can just leave your comments and questions wherever you are watching this, maybe YouTube, Facebook, whatever. So take care and see you next time.